Welcome back, my friends. Welcome to the show where the line between certainty and dread is thinner than you dare to believe. Sit still, listen closely, and let me tell you a story. A story about laughter, about arrogance, and about fear. There are always those who scoff at the unknown, who sneer at whispers in the dark, who mock what they cannot comprehend. They laugh in the face of things beyond their understanding, convinced they are untouchable. Oh, how they laughed, how they taunted, sitting across from that psychic, tossing your name into the fire like a meaningless word, smirking as they demanded, "Tell us about them, entertain us." But fate does not suffer fools, and neither does the truth. What followed was not amusement, not laughter. The air in that room thickened, the light seemed to dim, and the psychic's expression twisted. Their smile vanished, their breath hitched, their hands trembled. The shift was instant. The moment your name was spoken, something changed. You see, you are not a mere afterthought, not just another name in the wind. Your presence carries weight, an invisible force that bends reality, that makes even the unseen hesitate. And when the psychic tried to speak, when they opened their mouth to answer, words failed them. Not because they lacked knowledge, but because some things are too terrible to name. They didn't expect that, did they? They thought it would be a joke, a spectacle. But instead, silence fell, thick, suffocating, absolute. The kind of silence that does not simply exist, but consumes. Their smirks faded, their hands grew clammy, their skin turned pale. Because in that silence they felt it, the shift, the presence, the weight of what they had done. Now, the arrogance is gone. The laughter is dead. All that remains is the cold, creeping realization that they made a mistake. Because you, my friend, are not a fleeting thought. You are not a game. You are something far beyond their understanding, something that does not tolerate mockery. They assumed you were just another person, just another face in the crowd, just another name they could toss around for fun. But what they failed to grasp, what they will now never forget, is that you are a force, the unspoken, the unseen, the unknown, that looms just beyond the fragile walls of their understanding. And when they spoke your name in jest, the universe did not laugh. It did not entertain their arrogance. It responded with silence. And silence, oh, silence is far louder than any scream. Now, the weight of your existence clings to them. They don't know why they feel it, but they do. A chill in the spine, a pressure in the chest, a lingering sense of unease that refuses to dissipate. And that, my dear friend, is true power. Not noise, not spectacle, not grand displays, just presence, unshakable, unrelenting. But the real horror? Oh, it doesn't stop there. No, fear does not simply arrive and depart. Fear is a seed, and once planted, it grows. Now, they cannot unsee it. Every shadow stretches too far. Every whisper in the wind seems too distinct. Every fleeting glimpse in the mirror carries a presence just beyond recognition. It's in the moments between heartbeats, in the silence before sleep, in the way their own mind betrays them. Because the human mind is the greatest architect of nightmares. And theirs, oh, theirs is building something they can't escape. They'll tell themselves it's nothing, just nerves, just paranoia, just a memory playing tricks. But deep down, they know, because what did the psychic see? Why did their face drain of color? Why did they hesitate? What did they know that these fools do not? And that question, oh, that question will eat them alive. At first it will be small, because fear, true fear, is not about what you see, not about what you hear, It is about what you know but cannot understand. And they know they can feel it. They have stepped into something far beyond their comprehension. And the worst part? There is no way out. They can't undo what they have done. They can't unask the question. They can't erase the moment they pulled your name from the void and dared to play with forces they do not understand. And you? Oh, you don't have to lift a single finger, because their own minds will do the work for you. They will unravel themselves, piece by piece, consumed by a terror with no face, no form, no explanation. Just a knowing, a soul deep knowing that they have walked into the dark, and something has noticed. They will never escape it. They will change cities, change homes, change lives. They will burn sage, pray, surround themselves with light. But it won't matter, because the fear isn't in the world around them. It's inside them now, and once something takes root in the mind, once it burrows deep into the soul, and when something takes root and takes root and takes root, merge, differ. But the real nightmare, it doesn't come in the form of shadows. It doesn't announce itself with a creaking door or a whisper in the dark. No, the real nightmare is time. Because time does not heal fear. Time feeds it. At first they will try to rationalize. They'll tell themselves it was nothing, just a trick of the mind, just a lingering thought. They'll force laughter, shake their heads, dismiss it as paranoia. But deep inside, beneath the layers of false reassurance, something has already cracked, and fear, oh, fear is patient. It waits, it lurks, it settles into the silence of their empty rooms, follows them in the reflection of their own eyes. And then it begins to whisper, not in words, not in sounds, but in feelings, in the way the air feels wrong, in the way they hesitate before turning off the lights, in the way their breath catches for no reason at all. Because that's the thing about the unknown. It doesn't have to chase you. It doesn't have to show itself. It only has to be, and the weight of what is, of what they cannot name, of what they cannot grasp, will become unbearable. They will try to ignore it. They will force themselves to forget. But forgetting is a luxury not granted to those who have stepped too close to something real. They can leave the room where they first heard your name. They can flee from the memory of the psychic's terror. They can run, but they will never escape what they now know. Because what they fear is not some lurking presence in the dark. What they fear is you, not for what you have done, not for what you will do, but for what you are. Something beyond their understanding, something beyond their reach, something that exists in a way they cannot define, and what the human mind cannot define. It fears, so let them run. Let them pretend. Let them grasp at normalcy with trembling hands. It won't save them, because fear does not live in the world. Fear lives within, and they have already invited it inside. And the cruelest part? The part that will hollow them out from the inside? There is no escape. They will try to drown it out with noise, flood their lives with distractions, fill every second with movement, with chatter, with anything that stops them from being alone with their thoughts. But fear is a parasite. burrowing deep, feeding on the silence between the distractions. And in those moments, when the world is quiet, when the mask of certainty slips, that is when it will sink its claws into them, because they are no longer safe. Not in the daylight, not in crowds, not in the comfort of routine. The fear is inside them now, twisting its roots into their psyche, tightening its grip with every beat of their racing heart. It will change them. Their footsteps will quicken in the dark. Their breath will hitch for no reason. Their skin will prickle with unseen eyes. And the worst part, the most devastating realization, it is not paranoia. Because what if the psychic didn't just see something? What if they unlocked something? What if their careless words, their laughter, their arrogance opened a door? And what if that door never closed? Because deep down, they feel it. The shift in the air, the weight pressing on their chest, the certainty that something unseen is now watching, listening, waiting. And now, no matter where they go, no matter how many times they tell themselves it was all in their head, they will never truly be alone again.